Welcome to The Explainer. All right, let's talk about the return of Netflix's Wednesday. We're diving into the much-anticipated second season.
So, season 1 wasn't just a hit, it was a global phenomenon. We're talking Netflix's second most popular show ever, right behind Squid Game. I mean, talk about pressure for a follow-up. Okay, let's get right into it.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll look at how the creators responded to that massive success, the big changes they made, that shocking mid-season twist, and, of course, what the critics are saying about it all. So, you've got this smash hit on your hands, right? An Emmy-nominated performance from Jenna Ortega, that dance scene that went viral everywhere. How on earth do you build on that? Well, the first big move, and this was reportedly pushed by star Jenna Ortega herself, was to shift gears. They leaned away from that love triangle from season 1 and went full-on into mystery and horror. And you know what? The critics definitely noticed that the writers were listening. Now, for the biggest structural change this season, and it's a huge one, the entire Addams clan, and I mean everyone, has descended upon Nevermore. Yeah, this is a major departure from season 1's formula, which was pretty much Wednesday on her own, figuring out a new world. One critic praised that season for its restraint and focus to not simply become the Addams family. But now, well, some are arguing that's exactly what it's become. And this quote from Catherine Zeta-Jones really gets at the new dynamic. She basically says, if you think Wednesday and Morticia's relationship is strained, wait till you see her with her own mother. And that's because we get the arrival of Morticia's mother, Grandmama Hester Frump, which just throws a whole new wrench into the family drama. But hey, the Addams family aren't the only new faces on campus. The cast got a pretty major upgrade this season. I mean, just look at this list. You've got the one and only Steve Buscemi as Nevermore's flamboyant new headmaster. You've got the legendary Joanna Lumley as the matriarch Hester Frump. And get this, in a perfect nod to the past, Christopher Lloyd, the iconic Uncle Fester from the 90s films, is back, this time as a professor whose head is, yes, in a jar. It's wild. Okay, so, a heads up. The creators split this season into 2 parts, and they ended the first part with some absolutely massive revelations. We are about to spoil them. You have been warned. This season's main mystery really dives deep into that horror theme they promised. It's this whole complicated conspiracy at a local psych hospital that ultimately reveals the season's new villain, the Avian, has been hiding in plain sight as a super cheerful assistant named Judy. No one saw that coming. Meanwhile, right in the middle of all that chaos, who breaks out but season 1's monster? Tyler. Actor Hunter Doohan describes his character as a caged animal. And boy, does he deliver. He immediately confronts his former master, Marilyn Thornhill. So Tyler, in full hide mode, appears to just brutally murder Thornhill. But this is the world of the Addams family, right? Is anyone ever really gone? Well, the creators have a very specific answer to that. Co-creator Miles Miller has made it crystal clear. He said, and I'm quoting here, "In this show, no one is officially dead. There's always a way. So keep that in mind." And it all builds to the biggest cliffhanger. An absolutely enraged Tyler confronts Wednesday, and her own words from her narration seem to become a prophecy. He throws her from a high window, and we're left with her bleeding on the cobblestones, wondering if she really has made everything much, much worse. So, did all these big swings, the expanded family, the new cast, the shocking plot, actually land with critics and audiences? Well, the answer is complicated. There's a really clear split in the reception. Pretty much everyone agrees Jenna Ortega's performance is still incredible and the show looks amazing. But critics are totally divided on whether the bigger, more crowded direction is an improvement or, a detriment. On the one hand, you've got reviews that found the new season to be a daring improvement. The Radio Times called it mayhem in the best way possible, suggesting it finally earned all that season 1 hype. But on the other hand, there's a key critique that, in trying to be bigger, the show lost the sharp focus that made season 1 such a hit. The Hollywood Reporter called it more convoluted and, crucially, less Ortega-y.
Ouch. So this leaves us with two big questions. The first one is obvious. Did Wednesday survive that fall? But the second question is maybe more critical for the show's future.
In expanding its world with more family, more students, and a lot more plot, has the series diluted its own magic? That right there is the real cliffhanger we're left with until part 2 arrives.